All right, good morning, beautiful people. Another daily bias video, okay? Hopefully, let's move this over here. Don't worry, none of those are good cryptos. But anyways, to start off, let's talk about the S&P. Let's get this done. We have around 30 minutes until market open, and I need to go talk to the Discord. So, without further ado, we closed above this fair value gap. Does that mean a lot to me? Kind of, sort of. But also the fact that this fair value gap is still very much playable to the downside, and it does look like we need to fill in a lot of this down here. That's kind of more of my mindset right now. On the S&P, on the daily, obviously we broke daily structure to the downside. On the weekly, that usually means weekly retrace. I would like the week to go down lower. As of right now, it's not. But on the 4-hour, it does look like we could get a sell-off from this imbalance. Okay, so yesterday we took a loss on the S&P from this move up because we wanted to play this to the downside even more. Okay, we tried to take sells off of like this doji candle, and then price ended up ripping all the way up there. Now we have to deal with, boom, let's see, what is the high of this candle? 4804. Awesome. So these are equal highs. Okay, so we can't necessarily classify this as a sweep if the highs are equal. Okay, but what we can do is we can spot out, boom, the draw on liquidity to the downside. Another draw right here. Oops. Okay, and then finally, boom, draw right here. Okay, those are really my main focus points. We do have these draws to the upside, but I feel like we are just going to come through and we just have a lot more room to move down before we go up. We have this order block right here. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing. Odds that today's going to be really choppy, very likely, because we have CPI and PPI coming out tomorrow and on Friday. Today we have 10-year bond action. That's happening at 1 p.m. We don't really have to worry about that. The main things that I am worried about are going to be intermediate highs to cause sell-off to the downside, and then just watching for liquidity sweeps. That's really what happened on NQ yesterday that we kind of caught wind of, and I never ended up taking the trade, but set up the trade for you guys on there and pretty much said, yeah, this will probably play out, and it did. We lost on the S&P, but overall my bias today is hopefully bearish. If we give some sort of confirmation like, immediately we come through, sweep these, and then start rallying higher and higher, then boom, awesome, right? I'll get in and I'll start looking to execute that way. But as of right now, I'm kind of at like an intermediate point in the market where, I would like price to go down, but does it still have the opportunity to go up based off purely off of technical analysis? Yes. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So that's ES. I'm kind of 50-50. We're in a bit of a like consolidation area right now. I'm really looking for one of these 15-minute highs to get swept to push price lower down here, or if price doesn't want to do that, then we could just come down, sweep out these 4-hour lows, push higher up into this fair value gap, or even all the way past these highs just to push price higher. But again, today is the day before CPI and PPI, so I think price is going to be pretty limited. Moving on, we have NASDAQ smoking on that gas pack. Let's remove all these drawings. Okay, so similar situation. We're within this daily fair value gap. Right? Could this be a weekly retrace for us to just send higher and higher? Yes, but I can't necessarily treat it like that just yet. We're within this 4-hour imbalance. Boom. Okay, and then if we go into the hourly, we can see, okay, obvious draw on liquidity to the downside. Okay, another draw right here with this wick, and another draw with this wick down here, along with a bit of an imbalance, maybe even an order block off of this high. Okay. So this is what I see. I think on NASDAQ, I'm leaning more towards I want market to come through, sweep out these highs, and then we look for longs off of it. But then again, if price does want to come up and take out 15-minute highs and then give us action to the downside, wouldn't have much of an issue with that. Right, so we have, boom, these interim short-term highs that we could come up and sweep out. And then we have, boom, our major draws of liquidity to the downside. Okay, and then obviously this is the highest. I'm pretty sure this is all-time highs on NASDAQ. JK, this is all-time highs. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Cool. Market opens in around 20 minutes. I'll try and get this posted as soon as possible and sent to you guys. All right, cool.